What's up, y'all? First, to go see one of my classmates. Actually, she was always really sweet. Really enjoy her music. She's a very interesting, you know, she doesn't, there's not a genre you could put her in. You just have to allow her to describe her music.
I describe my music as organic moonshine roots music, and that is, to me, a magical name and a whimsical name and a playful name to call my music, because it gives people like a mindset to say, now what is that? And I really love it when people come into my shows and into my world, because that's what you're doing when you come to somebody's show. When they come in with this question mark in their mind, like, what is it? So then I can just start playing. I can play a country tune, I can play a blues tune, I can play a folk song, I can play anything I want to play and just have fun on the stage like I'm on a playground, and just play, go from my ukulele to my banjo, to my guitar, to my electric guitar, get some background singers throwing some horns, take them off, put on a cello, get a fiddle string band thing going on. Whatever I want it to be is what it is, and whatever you want it to be is what it is as the listener. Sometimes people come up to me and they're like, that's really interesting. I think that's blues. Sometimes they come up, oh, that's really cool. That's very country. Or that's totally gospel. So it is whatever the listener wants it to be. And I just want it to have a magical name for my music.
Be herself. She's really cool. But she has a children's book out, and it's called Somebody to Love, and it's about her baby Banjolele. And a Banjolele, I think she talks about it. I think she explains it in the video that I'm going to share. But she wrote a story about, based on it, and it's really, really sweet. And so I got a chance to hear her read that book, and to see her interact with the children, and to even talk to her myself and get her to autograph my copy of her book. And Grammy nominated. She's just not a fly-by-night person. And I told y'all, well, I didn't tell y'all, but I told some other people, don't sleep on the country. Just because we from this little small town out here don't mean we ain't talented, don't mean we ain't out here changing the world. So inspire somebody today. Please. I'm going to see Valerie. I'm out here with my mama. She having some snacks. Snacking on my mama.
Banjos, there are bass banjos and all types of banjos. But the traditional type that we're used to is a 5-string banjo. So when they brought it together, the instrument, they made it with 4 strings, and you tune it like you tune the ukulele. But it has the loud and bright sound like the banjo has. So that's what gives it a very playful tone that a lot of kids like, and a lot of people are just like, what is that instrument? And also another cool fact about banjos and ukuleles is that the banjo originated where? Does anybody know the ukulele originated where? Does anybody know where it came from? First ukuleles were made in which state? Hawaii. Yeah.
That's what I would guess, but I don't know.
And the first banjos, you know, they were made from gourds, and animal skin was stretched over, and those are from where originally? The very first ones. Anyone know?
Africa.
Right. So we bring together like these 2 very interesting cultures when we bring together Hawaiian culture and African and Appalachian and folk and country and blues with the banjo all together into this tiny little instrument. So there's a lot of power there in the strength of the history behind the instrument. Like the sweet and tiny birthday present given to a little girl named Valerie June. Holding it close, she plucked a string and made a very bright sound, like ting, 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 and oh, how that little toy did ring, 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 which was perfect because Valerie June loved to sing, sing, sing. She sang for Gran and Granddad. She sang with her friends on the playground. She sang for her mom and dad. But when she tried to strum along, the baby Banjolele could not make it through a whole song. There was a sign at school that read, "Instruments in the park." Thinking a band might help her to learn new things about her tiny little gift, Valerie convinced her mom to take her and the banjolele to play with the other instruments. Many of the other kids had already learned how to play. Electric guitars that went bang, buzz, buzz, hum, hum. Acoustic guitars that went up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, strum, strum, strum. Drums that went clash, crash, crash, soul, soul, soul. And 5-string banjos that said clickety, clackety, roll, roll, roll. But when Valerie opened her instrument case, you should have seen the look on everyone's face. A look that said, what's a toy like that doing in this place? So nervously, she tried to join the band, but just as before, the Baby Banjolele could not perform till the end. Embarrassed and confused by the banjolele's sudden stop in the middle of the song, Valerie and her mom packed up and went home. She took the round-faced 4-string gift home and put it in the corner. And for Valerie, the days went by, the weeks did fly, and the years were filled with many adventures. You can see how the days are flying off the calendar. The little toy sat lonely and still in the corner and was covered with a layer of dust as thick as a cloud, so no one could even see it anymore. Do y'all see it back there?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's cowgirl boots, there's roller skates, there's all kinds of stuff covering up the toy. And one day, when Valerie returned from the park, she heard a soft whimpering sound, crying. Whatever could that sad ting, ting, ting sound be, she thought. Valerie was so tired from traveling and playing that she fell asleep and didn't even look around to see where the ring, ring, ring was coming from. In the middle of the night, Valerie was awakened by an even louder sound. Zing, ting, ring, zing! She could tell that the sound came from the corner. And she blew a cloud of dust, and it started to swirl all around the room. And the sweet tiny toy was now as loud as a fire truck, zooming down the street. Well, I have a dream and I want to sing, said the toy. The days went by and the weeks did fly and the years were filled with many adventures. I have a voice, I have a song, I can sing, I can ting, I can ring, and I know I can sing. Okay, little toy, Valerie said. If you really can sing, then let me hear your song. And the toy sounded better than Beyonce, of course. That's not And because the toy had been alone for so long, this time when it started to sing, its voice became full of dust. And it was so hoarse and broken that the sound barely came out at all. Now what's going to happen? By then, everyone in the house was awake and very upset by this loud and broken sound. Said Papa, with a bitter tone, if that's what you do, then you should not have interrupted my sweet dreams with your wine. I agree, said Mama. All huff and puff and the singing grew. They all began to laugh amongst themselves and whispered that the toy should be thrown into the garbage bin for waking everyone up in the middle of the night. Even the neighbors had been awakened, and they too thought Valerie should throw the toy away. What do y'all think? Should she throw it away?
No.
She shouldn't throw it away, right? Well, then the banjolele heard Valerie gently and softly whisper one word. Anyone know what the word is? Softly she whispered, believe. Growing afraid of being tossed out, but also growing even bigger and braver because Valerie loved her, The tiny toy coughed up the last bit of dust and belted out a gorgeous song. Amazing, Valerie said to the toy. Yes, I'm going to take you with me everywhere because your voice is beautiful and everyone should hear your song. You're such a sweet and tiny little instrument that I'm going to call you the baby. So, all the neighbors, Mom, Papa, and everyone in the house were moved to tears by the performance. And from that day forward, they loved to hear the baby sing because her voice reminded them to never give up and to follow their dreams. The end. Would you like to hear the song? I'll be somebody to love. Did they tell you there were plenty of fish in the sea, but you're out in the cold and feeling empty? Oh, you're looking for somebody. Would I be somebody? Somebody to love. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Well, are you watching the moon rise in the darkness of night? And bending and broken, 'cause you know it ain't right. 'Cause you ain't got nobody. Will I be somebody? Somebody to love. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. When you're tired. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. And when you're weary. Will I be somebody? I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Somebody to love. Real quiet like that. Like, y'all need to come
That's right.
like, it is most definitely beautiful. It's a beautiful, wonderful world, and we are going to make it that way. So if we want it to be better, then we know what we have to do. Roll up our sleeves and just be sweet to people. So this one goes with and check the tune one more time on your mind. She's been going in and out of her tune today. Because it's a home show, I've got to do it right. All right. So with a smile, he sang the song.